Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 4 and on this video we will explain material about human growth and human reproduction to fulfill the final semester project assessment basic concept elementary school of biology. The member of our group Atika Rehana Atala Muharani, Nisa Ulbanur Hafiza, and Zahwa Azazia Adifa. Okay, I want to explain about human growth and development. The first, growth. Growth is the process of increasing the number and size of cells in the body. When we experience growth, the cells in the body increase in number. Tissues and organs also get bigger or increase. Human growth is the form of physics that we can measure through numbers. Second, development. The maturation process of body cells toward maturity is called development. Starting from physical maturity, changes in the skill, emotional, and thought toward maturity. Development cannot be measured by numbers, like growth can be measured by number. Okay, the next material about stage and human growth and development. A. Embryonic or fetal. Embryonic is the phase where the growth and development of the embryo during pregnancy until childbirth. Next is cell division, occur after fertilization and process small cells that form a morula. Next, blastulation, occur when the zygote has divided and formed a morula that will have a fluid file. Next, gastrulation is the process of forming three embryonic layers, namely mesoderm, endoderm, and exoderm. This stage will form curve in the embryo. Next, neurulation is the process of neural crest formation. Neurulation occurs when the neural plate is formed from the technique of the ectoderm layer. And the last is organogenesis, is the process of organ formation in the body. At this stage, the fetus will be born so that it will experience that post-embryonic stage. Okay, the next process is post-embryonic or infant. Post-embryonic or infant is the phase of growth and development that occur after childbirth. At this stage, the body can already birth by itself. C. Toddler period, 0 until 5 years, is the beginning of human growth and development after being born by the mother. Physical development in toddlers is very rapid, such as crawling, walking, then running. D. Childhood, 5 until 11 years. Development is the children phase will begin to develop emotionally and socially, usually an active increase in physical skills resulting in the faster than normal growth. A is adolescence or puberty, 12 until 21 years. Adolescence or puberty is a transitional period from children to adult characterized by the maturity of the reproductive organs. At this time, there is also rapid growth and development. The first is puberty in the boys. The primary change in the boy is having wet dreams. Wet dreams are the discharge of semen during sleep, as the testes and their ducts or urethra are filled with sperm. This even indicates that the testes are functioning to produce sperm. And the second is puberty in the girl. The primary change in the girl is menstruation. This event indicates that the female genital organs, the ovaries, are functioning to produce eggs or ovum. Okay, the next process is adulthood. From 21 until 16 years. The organs of the body also experience increased ability and maturity. Thinking maturity and mental maturity have also increased faster than in adult stage. And the last process is old age of senior, up to 16 years old and above. During the period, the body's organs will experience a physiological decline, in the contrast to adulthood, where growth will stop. This is due to a decrease in the function of organs, for example, reduce and healing. Okay, next material is factor affecting human growth and development. A. Genetic or hereditary factor. A child, both male and female, will inherit genetics from their parents. B. Hormonal factor. In the human body, there are various hormones produced by the body's glands, and each has its own function. C. Nutritional factor. Nutritional factor consumption such as a food and drink will affect human development and growth. D. Environmental factor. The role of the environmental in human growth and development will have a positive impact, such as how to regulate emotional when socializing in the support of technological advance, household, and the economy. A. Sport and health. Exercise and one of the upper factor is human growth and development. Muscle and the bone stage when exercising will grow well, and the immune system in the body can avoid it. The immune system in the body can avoid disease. And the last is educational factor. To support human development, the role of education is very important. Educational will have a positive impact of emotional, intellectual, mental health, and the other social activities. In addition, educational is also a place to guide the maturity process.
Is human reproductive system. Internal factors of human. Number 1 is uterus. The uterus function for the pregnancy, childbirth, and the menstrual cycle. Number 2 is ovaries. Ovaries function for the ovum production, estrogen production, and the progesterone production. Number 3 is the uterine. The uterine tube serves to deliver the ovum from the ovary to the uterus and as a place for the fertilization. Number 4 is the vagina. The vagina is a link between the external genitalia and the internal genitalia. Internal factor of women reproduction. Number 1 is mons veneris or mons pubis is a round-shaped subcutaneous fatty tissue that is soft and dense and is a connective tissue above the pubic spaces. Number 2 is labia major. Labia major are two thick parts or long curved skin parts covering fat and connective tissue that are fused to pubic lumps. Number 3 is labia minor. Labia minor located between the two major labia and is a long, narrow, hairless fold of skin which extends downward from below the clitoris and merges with the forehead. Number 4 is clitoris. The main function of the clitoris is to stimulate and increase sexual tension. Number 5 is clitoral prepuce. Near the anterior junction, the right and left labia minor separate into medial and lateral section. 6 is vestibulum. The vestibule is the oval-shaped area located between the labia minora, clitoris, and forehead. Number 7 is hymen. The hymen is a mucosa covered support that is elastic but strong and is located around the vaginal introitus. Number 8 is fourchette, located at the meeting of the lower end of the labia major and minor at the lower midline of the vaginal orifice. Number 9 is perineum. The perineum is the muscular, skin-covered area between the vaginal introitus and the anus. Of men, internal factors. 1 is the testes. The testes function of the produce spermatozoa and produce testosterone. Number 2, epididymis. Epididymis connect the testes with the vas deferens, a smooth feeding pipe that is 6 cm long. Number 3 is vas deferens. Vas deferens transport spermatozoa from the epididymis to the urethra pars protista. Is the tubular and 55 cm long. Number 4 is ductus seminalis. Ductus seminalis function to secrete a thick yellowish liquid that is added to sperm from seminal fluid. Number 5 is the ductus ejaculatoris. Connect the vasa deferentia with the urethra formed from the union and the vas deferens with the ductus seminalis. Number 6 is the prostate gland. Is a cone-shaped structure 4 cm long, 3 cm wide, and 2 cm thick, weighing approximately 8 grams. Number 7 is Cowper's glandula. Cowper is the small gland about the size of the yellow in the color and located at the bottom of the prostate. Number 8 is urethra. It is the urinary tract in a man, which is also the ejaculatory seminal tract and has the longest part covered by the penis. Next is external factor reproductive of men. Number 1 is penis. The penis consists of the root, shaft, and glans penis. The penis consists of 3 cavities, 2 corpus cavernosa sponge tissue cavities, and 1 corpus spongium sponge tissue cavity. Number 2 is scrotum. Is the skin covered structure on which the penis hangs. The next material is the woman reproductive hormone. The first is the follicle stimulating hormone or FSH hormone. This hormone functions to stimulate ovarian follicle growth and the estrogen secretion. Next is luteinizing hormone or LH hormone. This hormone functions to stimulate ovulation, convert follicles into converse estrone, and secretion of estrogen and progesterone by corpus luteum. Next is estrogen hormone. Estrogen hormone functions to stimulate secondary sac formation and prepare the uterus for pregnancy. Next is progesterone hormone. This hormone functions to help maintain secondary genitalia and to protect the uterus for pregnancy. Next is oxytocin hormone. This hormone is produced by the hypothalamus part of the brain and the pituitary gland. In the woman, the hormone oxytocin plays an important role in the labor process. This hormone stimulates the muscle of the uterus to contract as a sign to to the onset of labor. Next is the main reproductive hormone. Number 1 is the LH hormone or luteinizing hormone. LH hormone function to stimulate of the secretion the testosterone by the Leydig cell. Next is testosterone hormone. Testosterone hormone is produced by Leydig cell located between the seminiferous tubules. Testosterone hormone production to stimulate the formation of the secondary sex, such as the development of the reproductive organ, development of the larynx, hair growth of the face and the body, and the increased sperm maturity. Next is FSH hormone or follicle stimulating hormone. FSH hormone function to stimulate spermatogenesis. Next is estrogen hormone. Estrogen hormone from testosterone and the stimulate by follicle stimulating hormone, and that allows spermatogenesis to secrete endogenous silencing protein to bind testosterone and the estrogen and bring into the seminiferous lumen tubular fluid for sperm maturation.
Okay, the next material is about spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Spermatogenesis is the process of spermatozoa formation and maturation. Spermatogenesis occurs in the seminiferous tubulus. Spermatogenesis includes the maturation of germ epithelial cells through the process of cell division and differentiation, aiming to form functional sperm. And then oogenesis is the process of ovum formation in the ovaries. In the ovaries, there are oogoniums or oogonia, or the plural form of oogonium. Oogonium is diploid or 2N, which contains 23 pairs of chromosomes or 46 chromosomes. Okay, next is about abnormalities in the reproductive system. Female reproductive disorders. First, cervical cancer is cancer that occurs in the cervix caused by HPV virus or human papillomavirus. 2. Ovarian cancer is cancer that occurs in the ovaries. It is treated with chemotherapy or surgery. And 3. Pregnancy is a pregnancy that does not contain a fetus but contains smaller bubbles and blood clots. And then vaginal discharge. There are two types of vaginal discharge: normal vaginal discharge and abnormal vaginal discharge. Normal vaginal discharge is a vaginal discharge with thin liquid, clear liquid color, non-sticky liquid, no odor, and no itching, while abnormal vaginal discharge is vaginal discharge with thick liquid, milky white liquid color, sometimes sticky liquid, odor, and itching. And then menstrual disorders. Menstrual disorders are disorders in the form of primary amenorrhea and secondary amenorrhea. Primary amenorrhea is a condition where menstruation does not occur until the age of 17 years, while secondary amenorrhea is a condition where there is no menstruation for 3 months or 6 months. Okay, next, abnormalities in male reproduction. First, prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is cancer that occurs in the prostate gland. And then syphilis is a genital disorder caused by the bacterium Treponema pallidum. 3. Epididymitis is an inflammation of the epididymis duct caused by infection. And then impotence
is a disorder in which the penis does not erect due to hormonal and physiological factors. And then micropenis. Micropenis is a disorder where the penis is below average size. How to keep reproductive organ healthy? 1. Exercise regularly and eat plenty of fruits and vegetables. 2. Make it a habit to use cotton underwear that can absorb sweat. 3. Try to change underwear and underpants at least twice a day. 4. After urinating, make it a habit to rinse the reproductive organs from front to back so that germs from the anus do not enter the reproductive organs. Next, after bathing or washing the limbs, dry them using a clean towel until they are dry so that they are not damp and do not become infected. 5. Towel to dry so that it is not damp and does not sting. For males, it is recommended to be circumcised and to avoid reproductive disease. Last, for adolescents, girls who are menstruating, soft sanitary napkins should be used.